This is Hannibal here from the Hannibal TV on YouTube. 512,000 subscribers. Thanks very much for subscribing. This is my nightly vlog. Let's talk about Abdullah the Butcher's upcoming birthday bash. January 10th, 2026 is interesting here. He has various ways to pay him scanned right on there that you could probably trace right back to his bank account. And that's interesting because he actually owes me $2.3 million. And I actually have garnishes against both him and his girlfriend. And by the way, that's his girlfriend, Jocelyn Marshall, who he fraudulently transferred some properties to between when I beat him in court in Canada for negligence, assault, and battery, and when I beat him in court in the US. Because before we could collect, he shut down his restaurant, sold the property of the restaurant, and about 5 or 6 other properties that he illegally transferred so he wouldn't have to pay. Very smart guy. I do know that his ex-wife had at least one Chinese bank, which is interesting. Smart guy with his foreign banks. There was another file I wanted to present here. Okay, there it is, I think. Yeah, there's the other document that shows they were actually served. They were actually served. Both Abdullah and Jocelyn Marshall were served. So if there's any good lawyer, because I recently no longer work with my other ones because I didn't find that they were doing a good job. If there's any lawyer that wants to help me trace this back, he's putting on quite a party. Putting on quite a party. He's even got Barbara Goodish, Bruiser Brody's wife, come into it. Brian Blair, the head of the Cauliflower Alley Club, bunch of others. Here's the interesting thing, though, about Bruiser Brody's wife, who really didn't fight very hard for justice for Brody. But Abdullah told me, and I've told this story quite a few times, he was aware that something was going to happen with Brody that night. He didn't realize it was going to be a killing, but he was involved with the office. And he personally told me that he was aware something was going to happen. And again, why Barbara Goodish is coming, I don't know, because listen to what he said about Brody.
If Bruiser Brody was still alive today, you think he'd still be going?
Sure, he'd still be going.
And they got rid of him?
Yeah. Why'd they get rid of him? Because he couldn't work.
Right. So they just use that as an excuse, probably?
Yeah, that's it. With that gimmick, you should have drawn big money.
Definitely.
It was done right.
With Bruiser Brody dying in Puerto Rico, you've returned to Puerto Rico a lot. How's business down there now?
Slow, like every other company, slow.
Right.
You give me an extra 500, right? You said that right?
Yes.
Okay. When it comes to money, everybody changes.
Uh-huh. And you believe that's...
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you and Tony Atlas still talk at all or no?
Tony, I haven't seen Tony in a long time.
Steve wants to know the difference between Carlos Invader and Victor Javica.
They're all the same.
His thing. And somebody put on there, what did I expect the wife to do to try and get some justice? He was brutally killed in some type of conspiracy. And here's the other thing that I really don't have much respect for Brian Blair. He is the head of the Cauliflower Alley Club that's supposed to be like a wrestler's brotherhood. Abdullah the Butcher was literally found guilty of negligence, assault, and battery. He knew for at least 10 years that he had Hep C when he cut me with a blade that had Hep C blood on it, and cut himself, then cut me, and it's on tape, and he was found guilty of it in Canada and the US. This piece of shit, and yeah, I'll call him a piece of shit, He's supposed to be like in charge of a brotherhood of wrestlers. How is that part of the brotherhood still wrestling when you know you have a blood disease and literally being found guilty of negligence, assault, and battery for doing that? And let's show something else where I lost respect for Blair. I think this is a lie. I think this is a lie. You guys tell me what you think, but he claims that the Sheik molested a ring boy here.
That I could not believe that he had a young boy, a ring boy, in the room, a guy that wanted to be in the ring crew or something. And I hear this. At first, I smell pot in the hallway, and I'm smelling this pot, and it leads me to the door, and I'm listening, and I hear the Sheik's voice, and I hear this little.
So there's a guy again. There's a guy that claims he heard the Iron Sheik with a ring boy, and he did nothing. So you're either making that up, you're making up a false molestation claim about the Iron Sheik, or you heard about a ring boy getting raped and did nothing. Total piece of shit. Somebody claiming I bladed other opponents. No, I've never bladed another opponent. And what Abdullah the Butcher did, he knew he had Hep C. He cut himself with a blade. Then he cut me 5 times after with the same blade, which is like sharing a needle because the blood was in his body. Then he put it in mine. I had to go through 2 treatments. Cost me a lot of money to get cured of the disease, and it cost me my WWE contract. So no, I never bladed, and I was never negligent spreading a disease like Hep C. So again, I'll probably find someone, because if you're going to be this blatant about taking money when I have garnishments against you, I'm going to make sure you're